at any point in time over the last decades, always millions of people have been living in a location where they don't want to be. They have been forced to migrate as a result of wars or civil conflict or natural disasters. And forced migration is a life-changing experience. It's not like moving to take up another job where you can plan months ahead, but it happens suddenly and you lose everything. And economists have made the hypothesis, which we call the uprootedness hypothesis, that those who have lost everything, who were forced to leave everything behind, now change their investment behavior and invest more in education, because that's the one thing no one can take away from you. We thought that the population movements after World War II, when the borders were redrawn in Europe, would give an opportunity to test this hypothesis. And in particular, the Polish borders moved 300 kilometers west, so millions of Poles, more than 2 million, were forcefully moved from what used to be Poland into what now became Poland. The majority population moves within its own country. There is not a minority, but it's the same people as the rest of the population. What we try to do is to look at people who today in modern day Poland live in the same location, so have the same schooling system around them, have the same labor market, but whose ancestors come either from the place where people were forced to migrate or from another location. And we find that those who were forced to migrate have on average 1 more year of schooling than those who weren't forced to migrate. We see that as evidence that the uprootedness hypothesis is true, that indeed people who lost their physical assets, who lost their house, their farms, their everything, are now investing into mobile assets, into education that no one can take away from them. So as a policy message, maybe what we should do is help refugees, give them access to education instead of locking them up in camps, but giving them an opportunity to get an education so that at least the kids make the most out of a bad situation.